Hi, my name is Gabrielle Vecchio and I will be giving my philosophy of education. My philosophy of education revolves around the enactment of inclusiveness, the process of providing all with equal opportunity and the foreground to grant everyone with the ability to reach ultimate success. I believe that students achieve their best when they are comfortable within their surroundings and do not recognize their educator as the dominant ruler of the space. I aspire to create a classroom environment in which students can learn at their own pace and recognize that it is a safe space with the process of equity provided to all. I seek to grant all individuals with the ability to never feel marginalized and are subjected to certain subjects and or extracurricular activities which may align with their granted sex and or sexuality. My life experiences have been highly positive, and I have progressed as an individual in a mature and determined fashion. This is through my educational endeavors and being a part of an institution which granted me the ability to learn at my own pace within my designated interests and with the greatest potential to achieve and advance substantially. As Marie Montessori once said, education is a natural process, carried out by the child, and is not required by listening to words but by experiences in the environment. And I reflect that fostering a positive space grants students the best capacity for extensive learning. I use the Montessori approach as a valuable philosophy that I choose to base my educational platform off of, as I reflect that youth achieve best when there are no borders within the classroom, much like my personal experiences. Throughout my educational endeavors within EDUC 5021, I have gathered a strong admiration towards the philosopher Marie Montessori, not only for her work, but for the person she was and her encouraging beliefs towards women. As defined within American Montessori Society, this type of teaching, quote, includes multi-groupings that foster peer learning, uninterrupted blocks of work time, and guided choice of work activity. In addition, a full complement of specially designed Montessori learning materials are meticulously arranged and available for use in an aesthetically pleasing environment. Quote, and this is imperative to understand when recognizing the type of educational platform laid down. A similar influential philosopher who shaped my educational beliefs, and I have built a substantial connection with, is Mary Wollstonecraft, who was both an impeccable English writer and feminist. She impacted many and adjusted her thought processes around advocating for the female's ability to achieve all that she aspires to, such as, quote, I do not wish women to have power over men, but over themselves, quote. Through the process of overcoming adversity, she built her passion through her experiences and stages of life, which shaped her to be empathetic, encouraging, and developed the passion to change the way we reflect upon women. Born within the Enlightenment, she recognized a wide disparity amongst genders and fought to make a greater change, specifically within the educational system. Her determination was courageous and ingrained in fearlessness, and as a student whose undergrad majors in gender, race, and social justice, I channel everything that Wollstonecraft desires to be as a teacher. As the author of A Vindication of the Rights of Women, her work is not only important to my teaching as a potential educator, but imperative for all individuals to work off of, especially when recognizing the conversation around women's rights within the Western world. My life experiences have been shaped through advocating for the rights of all individuals, no matter what gender, race, class, sexuality, and or status you choose to identify with. This type of mindset needs to be issued forward within education and implemented as the foreground for teaching youth how to recognize equality and equity in a demonstration that women specifically are of equal value. Similar to this idea is Thomas Hobbes' reflection of how humans can be in union, particularly, quote, how human beings can live together in peace and avoid the danger and fear of civil conflict. And as I continued within EDUC 5021, this quote resonated with me. He is an intriguing philosopher to consider, as when we adjust our thinking to the educational classroom and his influence, we can reflect how the enactment of power plays a role in the direction individuals are guided. I recognize this within my own experiences within educational institutions, as when educating individuals, one must acknowledge classroom dynamics and how conflict can arise. In order to be a successful educator and foster a positive classroom environment, we must continue to reflect on his philosophy of power structures and decision-making. Hobbes' concepts, although outdated, are critical as they reflect on realities, which we must consider when finding achievement in teaching. Another philosopher, which has been important to me throughout my exposure to philosophy within education, is Jean-Jacques Rousseau, who believed in the enactment of naturalism, allowing the child to grow through stages and blossom within their given environment, provides positive discipline while at the same time still granting the individual with the independence. It is just as imperative to allow the child to grow within their environment while providing them with the ability to have guidance, support, and advice, and this is in part of my experiences as a student. As Jose states, quote, "Children would learn most effectively and efficiently by using their senses and observing and experiencing the natural objects of their environment." Quote. And this is a factor I consider within my own potential beliefs as a teacher. I want to ingrain my teaching process within the framework of fostering a positive learning environment while advocating for a natural approach. As youth, we are most vulnerable and at a stage of development which is critical and important for our success in the future. My experiences have been ingrained within this method, both allowing me to explore the nature of my environment whilst having discipline and structured guidance. I have fostered a strong admiration for all philosophers who have created an impact within the educational platform, as they have shaped, constructed, and built the foreground for how we as teachers educate individuals. Although certain philosophers stood out to me and shaped my thoughts, all philosophers studied within our course are imperative within our knowledge and valuable as potential educators. I aspire to use them forward and continue their work within my designated teaching strategies, building a positive environment, one that is ingrained with an inclusiveness, equity, equality, diversity, and the desire to succeed, is one that will grant students the ability to flourish. I have thoroughly enjoyed getting to immerse my knowledge deep within a philosophical understanding on the process of education. Thank you so much.